What's up, everybody? This is Harry Bernard Taylor with my man
Chris Burton, the People's Podcaster. What's happening, y'all?
and we're coming to you live. We're on Facebook, and we'll be talking about this on YouTube later on. So, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about NXT, and we're gonna talk about all the people that they've let go in the last few days.
Yes,
a real shocker. But basically, Chris and I, we haven't discussed the last NXT show. We're gonna go over the results of that, and it might be the last show that we see in that format, and which is a tragedy.
Big tragedy, man.
Because how long this thing been going on? NXT been around 6-7 years.
Yeah, 6-7 years,
something like that. So,
yeah.
And Vince came in, and Vince said, "No more midgets. No more small guys. No more."
And these jokers, man.
So
we'll talk about that, man.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna give you the results of these matches. Chris, can you remember the last show, man? The last NXT show, and like I said, that might be the last one. Everybody that we see in this format, honestly, and it's a shame.
Honestly, I don't, man, because I've been so consumed with these releases and stuff, man.
All right, well, we're gonna go over it real quick. We had Hit Row versus Legado del Fantasma.
See, that's one reason why I didn't remember
right
there, because you know how I feel about them boys.
Right.
So that's
but actually that was a good match, man. And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about Hill. Hill, when we had Hill on last time. Hill was talking about that big dude. What is his name? Top Dollar.
Yeah, Top Dollar.
Top Dollar, man. I have to agree with him. Top Dollar kind of reminded me of Bam Bam Bigelow. In this match, man, Top Dollar he did his thing. And a lot of ways that his style of wrestling was similar to Bam Bam Bigelow. I'm not saying he is good as Bam Bam Bigelow, Chris. I'm not saying that he's in that realm, that he's on that level. But hey, I have to give it to him. He does bring that style. But another guy that they releasing brings that style. Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed is a lot like Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah. Bronson does bring that style, man.
Yes.
And he was on his Twitter today, responding to the fans.
Oh, okay.
As you know, he's, I want to say, from Australia or somewhere.
Yeah, he's from Australia. Yes.
So he basically said, I have my wife, my kids here in a foreign country, don't have no job. Now we're in a tight financial bind where we really got a penny pinch.
Oh, yes.
And he's stuck, man.
Yeah, and it's not like the territory days. These guys can't just jump anywhere. Yeah. AEW can't absorb everybody.
Exactly.
And Impact is not, they're paying, but they're not paying that much money. And then you have Ring of Honor, the next one. And like I say, these guys are paying, man, but it's still going to be a struggle, especially anybody that go there and any of these wrestlers go there and they have a family. It's going to be a struggle.
It's definitely going to be a struggle, man.
Yeah.
Because you and I both know these guys are used to making a good bit of money.
Oh yes.
They may not make top money in the business, but they're used to making decent money.
Yes, enough to where they living in a decent house and they paying a good bit of rent.
Exactly. And some of them get to the point where you can buy your own car and buy a house.
Right.
Okay, so they're not at the top of the food chain, but they're making decent money. Okay, you get used to a lifestyle, you get comfortable to it. All of a sudden, boom, the rug's pulled up under you.
Right.
You end up on your ass. You're like, okay, I don't have what I used to have. What am I going to do now? And now it ain't just about me. In Brunson Reed case, it's just not me. I got to worry about my wife and kids, whatever else.
That's right.
And I'm not home.
Yes.
I'm in a whole nother country.
Right. And if you get and like see, because if Bronson Reed was at home, man, over in Australia, he can up and just go to the hospital, man. They take care of you. They have that universal system that
and
their taxes
got
pay
family
for
over
everything.
there to help him out or whatever.
But he doesn't have that here. So I mean, and plus, like if he goes to the hospital, man, because sitting at home, he can get stiff up and everything like that, and have injury pop up from some of these previous wrestling things
and they always say
don't have any money to pay for that.
Always say in any sport, especially wrestling,
yes,
time off is your worst enemy.
Yes, it is. Yes,
because you done this so long, you used to getting thrown around, banged up, your body gets numb.
Right.
So it's like you really don't feel it anymore.
That's true.
Even though you do feel it, but you don't feel it.
Right. You just continue to go on.
Yeah, but when you get time off and you don't do it, like one of my friends, for example, he's in the comments. Matt Collins, he's an independent wrestler out of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
He would go over the territories all over Georgia and everything, and all over the independents in Alabama and Florida, wherever the case may be. COVID hit.
Yeah.
He was out for a whole year and then some.
Right. That's not good.
And I tell him, I'm like, dude, but when you go back and you take that first bump, it's gonna be like you falling off a 40-story building on some concrete.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, I know. I'm scared. I've been doing this for a long time, but I'm scared to take that first bump.
Oh yeah.
Because his body hasn't gotten used to it no more.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I took a year off from football, man. When I played football, and I was like, I went and I ran cross country and gained weight to go back and play football, man. And I was like, this is gonna hurt, So I mean, once I get hit, but that's the position that Vince is putting these guys in.
Yeah.
And I mean, in the ultimate decision, the final decision came down to him.
He has the final say in everything.
Yes, and I mean
anything that's WWE related. I don't care if it's doggone if they gotta get cleaning supplies for the bathroom, in the office. It comes down to him. Yeah,
and Triple H, man, this is his baby, but hey, he didn't have nothing. He didn't have no say in this. Him nor Shawn Michaels had any say.
Or none of the trainers or no.
Right. And I mean, they just got hit with it right before NXT actually started. So some of these guys, I mean, I think a couple of them wrestled, like Bobby Fish.
Yeah, he wrestled just last week.
Yeah, didn't even, right after he found out the news. So it's crazy. But back to that match, man.
We're gonna get into more detail about that. But back to
match. It was a DQ. It was DQ. Hit Row had won it because Santana had came in there to help his guys out. Those guys are small, and I guess that's a couple of more guys that Vince is looking at as midgets, even though
my God,
he has Rey Mysterio, but not everybody's a Rey Mysterio.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
So man. And then the second match, but I gave that match a 4.0. For a 4-star. I thought it was a 4-star match. 4-star, okay. It was a really good match, man. So and overall, I think a lot of these matches were real good. I'm looking at what the score that I gave them. They put on a very good show, and it's sad because that was one of the best shows I've seen in wrestling in the last 2 months. The next match we had Ridge Holland versus Ikemen Jiro. Ikemen Jiro wore that little vest again. That jacket in that match, man. I'm like, man, what is this dude doing?
Okay, I get it. It's part of his gimmick.
Right.
I get it. But that's more of a hindrance, and they're making that dude look like a joke.
Yes.
And it's getting to the point now where I feel bad for him, where I can see them making him look like a joke. Mm-hmm. And it's gotten to the point where I don't even want to see his matches.
Right.
Because they're making him look so bad.
Right. Oh, yeah.
That's how bad I feel for him. I don't even want to see your match because they're going to make you look like a fool.
That's true.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah. And, man, Ridge Holland wiped him out.
See?
Beat him.
There you go.
Down.
There you go.
I mean, Ikemen didn't have a chance in this match, man. No. But Ridge Holland looked good. I would have gave him a 5-star as far as in this match. But overall, I give the match a 3.5. Straight up wrestling show, we give it 3.5, and that's because of Jiro. He didn't do anything. He couldn't do anything because he was constrained by his movements, because he was in that stupid jacket, man. So I'm like, some people you have to take serious, and Ridge Holland is a serious guy, man.
Yeah,
and he ain't no joke to play around with.
And the poor Japanese dude, I can't take him serious no more.
Yeah,
I can't.
Yes.
After 2 losses, the way he's gotten beaten, I can't take him serious no
more. And I guarantee you, Vince gonna send him back to Japan.
Oh my God!
Saying, he's gone.
Oh man, yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he's not gonna be there.
No.
But the next match, man, was Roderick Strong versus Bobby Fish, which was a very good match. Very competitive.
Yeah.
Very competitive. And both of these guys are undersized, and I'm sure. But Bobby been around a long time. He's in his mid-40s, almost in his late 40s, actually. Yeah. But Roger Strong, he's a small guy. And I was kind of looking at him, I'm like, man, wow, if he can get a little bit more on his bill, which is hard to do, unless, like say, you pretty much got to juice yourself up or whatever at that size, man. But he is such a talent, and I would hate to see him wasted. That NXT might not use him, even though they haven't dropped him. They might not use him with all this other stuff all the other things that he's bringing in.
If they don't cut any more people off NXT,
right?
They may just have a select few that they constantly put on TV,
right?
And the rest of them sitting in the back just twiddling their thumbs.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot of talent that could possibly be wasted.
Yeah, because Roger Strong, man, I hate to use this guy as a example, but he reminds me of a Chris Benoit. He's got that type of skill and that kind of impact, and that kind of ferocity in a match. I mean, that's what he brings to a match. Exactly. And Bobby Fish, like I say, the man is very talented, and they put together a very good show and a straight up wrestling show. We're going to give that a 4-star. That was a 4-star match. And man, I
definitely go with a 4.
Yeah, I appreciated that match.
I can go with a 4.5.
Yeah. It can be.
I go with a 4.5.
No doubt. But we're gonna bump it up to a 4.5. But like I say, this was one of the best shows that I've seen that from WWE in the last couple months. And then we hear this, and I was so shocked the next morning when I heard that. Okay, it was crazy. Okay, the next match we had LA Knight and Cameron Grimes versus the Grizzled Young Vets. And man, that was a very good match. And so that's another one, but
if it wasn't for Cameron Grimes, LA Knight dished him.
No, he dished him. And I mean, he pretty much he was in there at first. Yeah. And he did pretty well against the Grizzled Young Vets. And like I said, when he brought Cameron Grimes in. And Cameron, man, was, up and ready and looked like, hey, they was going to take control of the match. And I was like, okay, this is a very good match. Very good matchup because the Grizzled Young Vets, man, very good tag team. One of the best in the business right now. And I said, this is a very good matchup. And this is something that's going to elevate wrestling, not just that brand. But, LA Knight was like, I'm out of here, man. You do it. So Cameron Grimes had to muster up his energy and go out there and fight both guys,
Yeah.
And I mean,
then you know what, man, and I even hate to hope and wish on this, but with all these crazy changes going on, you got a good story here, because basically you got Ted DiBiase,
yes,
coming to the aid of Cameron Grimes,
right?
Who honestly wanted the belt to continue the legacy of the $1 Million Man. I get it. LA Knight just wanted it for status and prestige and all that, etc.
Just to help put him over a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Now, I honestly see Ted DiBiase in the corner of Cameron Grimes, him and LA Knight gonna fight at some point. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But with all this change going through, I don't know if we're gonna see that.
Yeah, we have no idea.
We don't know if we're gonna see it or not.
And I mean, and Cameron, man, the man has talent. He's funny. He's over with the fans.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I mean, this guy, he can continue to move on because I mean, he has a personality.
Yes.
I mean, he has a great personality, and man, and Ted, and the way Ted coming out talking to him, I think it's a very good storyline. So hopefully they don't kill that. But we're not sure.
We don't know what's gonna happen, man.
Yes, we'll be finding out soon.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, tomorrow?
Yeah,
so,
tomorrow, yeah.
So tomorrow, like I say, it's gonna look nothing like the show we just saw. And but that right there, that match with LA Knight leaving, I'm gonna give the match a 3.5 because he ruined the match. It could have been a 5-star match, but he ruined the match. And so Cameron had to take the loss. The Grizzled Young Vets, they finally slowed him down, and Cameron he had to go face plant. They face planted it, so it took him out.
Yeah.
So 3.5 for that match. Then we're gonna go, and then Dakota Kai, she come out and she had her segment, and she was explaining why that she attacked Raquel, so Gonzalez. So, man, that was crazy, and with all these cuts and things like that, Dakota Kai, I can see her leaving. I can see her going.
Yeah, I see her just. Whoop, she
out
of here.
So that story might not even ever happen.
Yeah. Oh, and I want to make a correction.
Yes.
When I said on the last show, Zelina was leaving, it wasn't Zelina, it was Melina that showed up on Impact.
Yes. Oh.
That was my mistake. I'm sorry if y'all heard that. It was Melina that showed up at Impact, not Zelina. Zelina, as far as we know, is still with the WWE, as far as we know.
Yes.
But that could change.
Yeah, she's a small girl too. So so we don't know. We don't know exactly what's gonna happen. We on the ride with y'all, man. We don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, Vince might wait a little while because he don't want that little midget thing to go in with a woman. Because because she's tiny. But like I say, Dakota Kai, she come out there, she had a segment. She was talking noise. I mean, she made a lot of good points. But hey, we might never see that match. So
like I said, this is almost like fantasy wrestling now, man.
Yeah.
We just hoping and wishing that these things may come true.
Yeah.
Because with all this change going on, and Vince like, you out of here, change this, change that. Man, I just know one thing. If NXT end up like a Raw, and the only difference is the colors,
man,
I'm done.
I hear you, man.
I'm done. That's it.
Yeah, we'll start rolling with Impact and Ring of Honor, AEW, whatever.
Man,
but yeah, that would be a tragedy. Yeah. But the next match, I think it was Trey Baxter versus Joe Gacy. I think that was one of the Joe Gacy. Trey Baxter versus Joe Gacy. These guys was the breakthrough. That was the breakthrough match.
I thought they were new signees from all the cuts or something. They come off the street or something.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised, man, because some of these guys are very big. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is these are the batch of guys that they're actually bringing in. Because they had that big old guy, that big old black guy, man, that was in a polka dot suit. They had him wrestling last week, and he's supposed to wrestle, I think, tomorrow night, man, in one of those matches against that other big guy it's like 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, I was just reading one of our comments by Hill Carmichael on Facebook.
Right.
He said the DVD, The Rise and Fall of NXT, coming soon.
Yes. Yep.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, man. It's rolling, and like I said, I don't know if you was on the show here with us earlier, Hill, but I was telling Chris about that Top Dollar last time we had you on. You talked about Top Dollar, and you said he kind of reminds you of Bam Bam Bigelow. I watched him this last week, man. Hey,
I still don't see it.
Hey, I saw it, man. I mean, his style of wrestling is a lot like Bam Bam Bigelow.
Until he does some cartwheels and some moonsaults and comes off the top rope with a headbutt. No.
Well, he's not on that level yet.
Then he ain't no Bam Bam Bigelow.
Hey, and Bronson Reed is not a Bam Bam Bigelow either.
I ain't never said he was.
I know, but Bronson Reed reminds me of him too. And there's some other people
body
say
shape.
That too. Yeah, body shape.
That's it.
Well, he can move too. I mean, and Bam Bam can move. But Bam Bam, man, he had that charisma and everything. So Bam Bam had the total package. Yeah. But okay, Trey Baxter and Joe Gacy, that was actually a pretty good match. But like I say, it was these guys that they brought in, man, for this breakthrough tournament, and they are big guys. These two guys are big guys too. But all these guys, most of them are big guys, except for the guy who wants to wrestle in the jacket. But the majority of these guys are huge, and so like I wouldn't be surprised if some of these guys are replacement guys. And they Vince brought him in, and he like smoothed that thing in there. So because he brought in a bunch of big guys. but I gave that match a 3.5.
I can dig that.
Okay, next we had Zoe Starks and Io Shirai segment, which they was at the restaurant, and and Zoe she ended up eating a bunch of.
I don't know what was it, man.
I have no idea, man. Some kind of raw fish type thing.
Sushi or something.
Yes, but it was a horrible. It was some horrible sushi. It wasn't good. It wasn't good sushi, and Io knew what she was doing.
Oh, so she set up for the okie doke.
Yeah, she did.
Set up for the okie doke, man.
Pretty much, basically, she said, "I don't like you.
Wow.
I don't like you. I don't want you around me. Let's just get in the match and do what we have to do. This is strictly business. Like I said before, we're on some EPMD type thing, and that's the only thing I want to have with you. Strictly business, and taking care of business. So
yep.
That's all Io wants. So, but that was a pretty decent segment. Then we had Samoa Joe attack Prime Target. Attack his Prime Target. But hey, Karrion Kross was out of there.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't even know if that storyline's even worth it anymore. Because what are they doing with Karrion? They're burying him.
Cause did he win last?
No, he lost, man. Again on Raw.
He lost. So he lost last Monday.
Yes, he lost the key.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's his second loss. So he's 1-2 on Raw. So basically, Samoa Joe, man, he's basically
they guaranteeing him to win.
Yeah, he's basically going after a guy that's really losing his credibility, man. So
that's horrible.
So yeah, I mean, Karrion doesn't look like this invincible monster anymore.
That's horrible, man.
Which would have been a very good splash, a very good matchup between him and Samoa Joe, because we know what Samoa Joe can do.
Yes.
And man, these guys would have been a great match.
But they killed the Lord. They killed the Lord. They killed the presence. They killed it all, man.
Yeah, man, it would have been monumental to NXT. But yeah, they Vince knew what he was doing, man. Why in the world would you take Karrion up there to do that, man? Karrion's supposed to be in that match, man. He's supposed to win. I mean, he's supposed to went up to Raw, and he's supposed to squash a few people,
and then maybe later on lose,
right,
or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
After he lose to Samoa Joe, and then maybe lose a couple matches and humble him, and then let him come back up. But man, the way he's doing him now, man, like I say, took his wife away from him, and then have him losing like that.
Yeah.
And Karrion said he don't know what's going on. Yeah, he don't know what to say about all this stuff.
Man,
Yeah, but okay, then we had Johnny Gargano versus Dexter Lumis for the love of what's that girl's name, man? I don't know her name. I forgot her name. Right now.
Yeah, man.
But if you know her name, go ahead and chime in on that, Hill or whoever else is watching. I forgot her name right now, but yeah, they wrestled over that girl, man.
And Johnny won.
Yeah, Johnny won, but that was a very good match, man.
Yeah, that was a good match. Johnny won, and basically he was like, "Come on, let's go."
Right.
She was walking out. Dexter looked like he was about to cry, and she ran back and jumped on top of him, started kissing him, and I was like, "Oh, Lord."
Unbelievable, man. Kind of looked, well, I ain't gonna say it looked disgusting, but it did. I was like, wow. It was weird. I didn't think they was gonna play it out like that, but
yeah, man.
I was stunned, man. I was stunned, and
it was. What would you give that match, man?
Man, I gave it a 4-star. It was a good match, though.
It was a good match.
It was a good match.
It was, even though.
I mean,
Dexter just reminds me of a white gorilla when he drags his knuckles.
Yeah, man. When he does that stuff, man, but he actually has skill. And I guarantee you they're gonna keep him there because of the size, man. Because of the size, he's still gonna be there. And
because he ain't no little man now.
Yeah,
he ain't no little joker.
And then what we got, like I said, we have we're gonna go back to talking about a little bit of this other thing that's going on before I hit the last thing. All it is a little segment, but Adam Cole. Because they're talking about. I heard AEW already talked to him.
Him and Vince been talking hard.
Yes,
Vince
I heard
has been
that.
trying to convince him hard to stay. Vince has literally been doing anything and everything in his power to convince Adam Cole to possibly stay because he knows the clock is ticking.
Right.
Adam's contract within, I say, a few days at least
is up. And somebody dropped the ball because these people did not know that his contract was up. You had people over there in the office was thinking his contract was up in 2022 somewhere.
No,
but they dropped the ball somewhere and didn't realize his contract was up. But this is something that intrigues me. Adam Cole is a small guy. They got him listed at 6 foot, but this guy's not 6 foot tall.
You sure?
Yeah, they got him listed on Wikipedia. They got him listed at 6 feet tall.
He might be, man.
No, he's not.
So you saying about 5'10", 5'11"?
They said this guy about around 5'8". I believe he's bigger than that.
Yeah,
I believe he's bigger than that. I believe he's about 5'9", 5'10".
I can give him at least 5'10", maybe 5'10 and a half,
maybe.
Yeah.
Because when I sat back, he looks bigger. Something about his body shape makes him look bigger than he actually is. But I'm looking at when he got attacked, because he got attacked the other night.
Yeah.
Because he told Death Triangle, I don't need you no more. Was it that Death Triangle?
No, that's
not Death Triangle. What I'm thinking about? Who's the other guys? The guys that he hang with.
Yeah, he was hanging with Undisputed Era, but they've been broke up.
No, man. It was the guy with the mask and the evil Uno and all them guys.
You're thinking about AEW, man.
What am I doing? Okay, I jumped. Okay,
yeah,
I jumped the gun. Sorry. No, Adam Cole, like I said. Okay, I jumped the gun. My mistake. Okay, yeah, Adam Cole. That's what they talking about. Adam Cole is a small guy, from what I understand. But I don't know, man. He might not be that small, man. He might be like 5'11".
That's what I'm saying.
He's got to be like 5'11", close to 6 feet tall.
Close to 6, man.
He's got to be close to 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
So I think something got mixed up there. Okay, but
yeah, man. But like you said, man, somebody in the office somewhere dropped the ball.
Right.
Within a few days, I don't know exactly how long, his contract is up, and they said Vince has been literally personally, hey Adam, look here, man.
Yes.
This is what we need to make happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to stay because I'm trying to do this, and this. How about it? Are you on board with me? And he's really talking to him, trying to butter him up to stay, man.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Because man, he has too much value just up and let it go.
Yeah.
But we had Frankie Monet, Jesse Kamel, and their manager had a segment, and Frankie Monet was just basically blasting both of them out, especially the manager.
Yeah.
I don't know that manager's name. Do you know that guy's name? I forgot his name. I forgot his name. And man, that's
some local joke.
Yeah, but that's what like kind of like some of these things get me confused because there's so many wrestlers out there now, so many managers, so many things going on.
Man,
but
and then a lot of wrestlers out there, they all getting cut.
Well, they all getting cut, of course. But that's what I'm saying. You know when you have time to get familiar with these people, then they pull the rug off under you. Man. And these guys are gone. So
you never get comfortable, man.
Right.
You never get comfortable.
But he's gonna keep Frankie Monet because she's a big woman, man. She's a big lady. He's gonna keep Jessie Kamel because she's a big lady. And I mean, so they fit the brand. But Frankie was like going off. She's blaming these people. She's blaming the manager. She's blaming Jesse for what's going on and why they lost. So
oh wow. Heel says after TakeOver, Adam Cole's probably gonna be out of here.
Right.
Possibly, man. And then he said Hill said he possibly could go to PWG, Ring of Honor, or back to New Japan.
Oh wow. Hey, now New Japan that's a place where a lot of these guys can make some money.
Yes.
Yeah, they can make money over there. So I didn't think about that. But yeah, Bronson Reed actually, because they like big guys. He's not a tall guy, but he's a big guy. He's 330. He's solid.
Oh yeah,
he can make money over there.
Boys over in Japan, man.
He can make money over there.
I mean, could you imagine him and my man Evil?
Yes.
And Evil ain't no little joker, man.
Right.
I ain't talking about Evil Uno.
I know over there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about Evil in New Japan.
Yes.
That joker, he's probably about I'd say about 5'11", maybe 6 foot.
Mm-hmm.
Probably about 245, 250, solid. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Him and Brunson going at it. Yeah, that would be. Woo,
yeah,
man.
But yeah, you want to run down the names of those guys, man?
Oh,
that they
yeah,
let
man.
go?
Yeah, man. Oh my gosh, let me see. Okay, here we go. The releases that happened so far in WWE are as follows. You got Bobby Fish, Bronson Reed. Let me see. You got Mercedes Martinez, Tyler Rust, Conor Reeves, Leon Ruff, Stephon Smith, Jake Atlas, Ari Sterling, Desmond Troy, Zachariah Smith, Ashley Hale, Giant Zanier, Ric Flair, who asked for his release. He didn't get released. He asked for his release.
Right.
The big one, Bray Wyatt. Let's see. Killian Dane. If you don't know, that's almost superhero. That's her husband. Let's see who else. Kurt Stallion. August Gray. Let's see who else. Maria Shafir. The Bollywood Boys. Let's see. We got a good bit. Tyler Breeze. Fandango. Let's see. Arturo Ruiz. Tony Nese. Which that kind of surprised me. Tony Nese was a good talent.
Mm-hmm.
Maria Davari. Everrise, whoever that was. Braun Strowman, another big name that we all know. Aleister Black, which we know is AEW is what is it?
Malachi Black.
Yeah, Malachi
Black, yes.
Aleister Black. Buddy Murphy. Lana. And let's see. Ruby Riott, who's been confirmed to be going to AEW. And Santana Garrett. Jasmine Duke. Andrade. Let's see here. Lars Sullivan, which we know he's been gone for a while. And Steve Cutler. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Samoa Joe did get cut, but as we know, they brought him back.
Right.
They brought him back. Peyton Royce, Billy Kay, Mickey James, Chelsea Green, Tucker Knight, Kalisto, Bo Dallas, Wesley Blake, and I believe that's about it.
So it was like 41, I think, in all so far.
Yeah.
Like I say,
that's a mess.
Yeah, 41 so far this year, and they got 8. I think they say they got like 8 more they about to cut. So
yeah, it's some more coming.
Be looking out for some more cuts. But who's the biggest name on that? Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman.
Yeah, those two right there. Were the ones that really hit the heart.
Yeah, and the latest, like the latest is you have Bronson Reed, Bobby Fish. You know, Bronson Reed definitely somebody who they were saying they were gonna use. But you know, they couldn't figure out the way to use it. You know, I mean, you know, one of the reasons that they say is his, you know, his personality. You know, they didn't really know how to bring him in.
Exactly.
But I mean, they should have put him with somebody, man, and had him, you know, come out and you know, they could have figured out a way to use a guy that big.
Yeah, they could have figured out something to do with that man.
And then somebody like Mercedes Martinez, man, she, with all her experience, how long she's been around, she definitely could have helped out with the young talent, the young female talent, and Bobby Fish the same way, man. You can find a way to use these people. You know, they sat them around for a long time and then don't do anything with them. And I understand, man, the pandemic hurt everybody. The pandemic hurt WWE. But now is not the time. Now that a lot of things are opening up, and I know, like I say, some more things could be shut down. Who knows? what's going to happen.
And the stock and WWE stock is dropping bad.
Yeah, yes.
It's
dropping
bad, man.
But right before they done this, man, they put out the quarterly earnings that they made all this money, $273 million, but they did not put out the net profits. Anything in any time, man, a company says something like that, I'm like, wait a minute, what did they net? Because this is before all the bills was paid.
Exactly.
And before they hit all the stockholders off and everything like that. And then I found out, man, they close to the negative. So they cut more people so they can get more revenue. But why in the world cut more people when you got arenas opening up and everything like that?
Exactly.
So you're going to make more money.
And I've been saying that.
Right.
I've been saying that. Because the arenas opening up, the country's trying to open back up.
Yes.
You know as well as I do, Harry, that WWE is wanting to get back out on the road.
Right.
They want their product back out in the arenas. They want the fans to see their product again so they can go to the arenas, get the money off the merchandise, the gate, all that whole deal.
Right.
They want all that.
And that right there will help. I mean, them going back on the road will actually help stimulate the economy and help a lot of these local governments open back up. Exactly. Because they're gonna see people gonna want to go out, man. People gonna go out regardless.
Yes.
And they're gonna pack these stadiums, man,
yes.
because they're so hungry for some form of live entertainment. And right now, man, it is such a great time. And I was listening to Jim Cornette, man, yesterday, and Jim Cornette, he was talking about the independents and everything like that. He was talking about how when they lost a lot of wrestling fans, especially when WCW went down, and he said those people are still out there because basically when we started this podcast, man, I talked to a lot of people, and a lot of them was basically some of my age, basically Chris's age, which is 10 years difference, but millennials. There are a lot of millennials who basically just up and just left wrestling. It's not just people in their 60s and 70s, older baby boomers. There's a lot of baby boomers that's still big time wrestling fans, but you have millions out there that won't even watch the product.
Yeah.
Because and they all told me I stopped watching around the time WCW died. So those wrestling fans are still out there, and somebody needs to come along and take that spot. And AEW is doing well.
Yeah, they're doing good.
They're doing very well in trying to capture a lot of that. So, but WWE with a product like NXT, they can do it. Especially going out on the road, man.
Oh, man.
Going out on the road and like I say, and doing some promotional things, man. Get some more people back in and say, hey, we're doing it like the old territory days, because that's what NXT is. Territory deal, and it's been doing well. So basically, they killed that. So
yeah,
it's a shame, man. It's a shame.
Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to look up the last numbers for the shares for WWE right now. Matter of fact, hold on 1 second. We're gonna find this out right now.
Oh, you talking about how much they selling at?
Yeah.
Yesterday it was $50 a share. So that's pretty good.
That's
really good.
All right. After the day, the final number is going for $49.76 a share.
Yeah, so their stock price is way up. Their stock price is still up.
That's been their stock about $40 to $50 range.
Yes,
that's been it. Like one time it hit $100 and that was it.
Right, but let's see. I'm gonna but the net profit that these people getting, they're getting like a 0.16. The shareholders on their return, which is not a very big dividend.
No.
So but with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and end the segment. We're gonna end the show. And if you're on YouTube, hit like, share, and subscribe.
Hit that notification bell for anytime we post a video or anything of this nature. You'll know when we're on or we're on live.
Yes, ding, ding, ding. Hey.
Whew, boy,
I'm Harry Bernard Taylor with my man Chris Burton,
the People's Podcaster, and in the words of our partner Michael King, peace be the journey.